Hi, Taurus, and welcome to your January 2023 read. So 2023 ends up to be a 7-year, seventh heaven, a spiritual, insightful year of learning, of independently inspiring the self to go within. This just flipped out. The self. Self-love, Taurus. It's all about self-love. I'm going to keep it. It came out for Aries as well. And why? Because Spirit is saying this is what we should all aspire and attain to. Self-love, loving self in every aspect of how the moon cycles, how all of the planets, like during an overall period of the year, meaning for some, journal this, journal your feelings for the whole year. Why not, Taurus? Journal how you feel. And that will conceal so much hidden knowledge of the universe. Okay. We are all going inward, not saying that we're not going to, that we haven't been doing so. It just means that we realize and recognize the need for so much more love in our lives. It flipped out. Okay, Taurus, this read is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. I'll take 3 more because that Ace of Cups flipped out. It could be new love for others. Let's just check things out here. The Knight of Wands, the Devil came up. Oh my gosh. And the Fool. Okay, so the first thing I thought of was, right, that song, Fool for Love. Fool for Love. What is it that drives us like in circles? We keep going back to the same old ways. We're chained. Some of you are chained and bound to a love that is toxic. I mean, no doubt. And you may want this freedom, but you don't have it. I'm not saying for all Taurians, but for sure. The addictions are just, the devil's upright. The fear of maybe looking, if you're single, looking, Taurus, for new love, you got to get very clear about why this toxicity is still hanging on. And what is it? Do you know? More importantly, and where you've been and where you're headed, is this remains crucial for you to understand what addictive behaviors that you have in order to feel like the cleanse of true love versus toxic love, right? The T. God's love shows up as giving you freedom, whereas toxic love says you're going to keep doing this until you figure it out. Without question. So these two are all about what? Look at this, Taurus. Your base chakra and your solar plexus. Look at this. Yeah. What masks, whom are you around people that, you know, like people are blowing you up on whatever, social media, on, you know, texting you, emailing you, what have you. They may be just blowing you up because they know that they can get you right back here instead of where you really want to go, perhaps. This is ascending to a higher level of love, spiritual love. So this is what you're going to work on, Taurus. It's so matter of fact. Now, if you're, if there's gambling, there's sex addiction, there's attachment to unhealthy eating habits, what have you, even to social media, Spirit's saying, why don't you just take a look at yourself and how the masks that you portray for your own self and the love that you show for yourself and others. The freedom that you want is here for the taking, but you've got to reveal yourself. Look at that. You've got to take the mask off. You've got to look in the mirror, Taurus, and you've got to see, are you a fool for love? And at what cost? Is it the cost of your integrity? Dignity? Is it alcoholism? What is it that keeps pulling you back? It's an energy. This is the vibration, the energy vibe of the lowest realm, being the crown, being the base chakra and the solar plexus. This is the crown chakra right here. This is the Holy Grail. But you can't get to the Holy Grail if you're still masked in not being your true self. So this is a very big depiction of, which I believe that in January, it sounds very, the cards are telling us the story. Taurus, and as well as Aries, and just moving into the first of the month of the new year means what? Changing things that don't apply anymore. But first we have to recognize those things. First we have to be really, really certain that we see things for what they are, which is ourselves. This is an attainment. This is a process. Look at that. It's the climbing the ladder. It is. Look. Old habits don't die hard because we still hold on to the mask. And to those that we love, we only show them what they want to see and not necessarily who you are. So maybe this, Taurus, is about revealing of yourself. This is like a reveal. Coming to a, this is like the stairway to heaven, stairway to heaven. That's how I totally feel. Stairway to heaven. It's a process. This is the ladder. This is the climb, right? Miley Cyrus, the climb. Let's use the Light Seers deck for you beautiful Taurians. Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. It's number 7, don't forget. And 7, and I didn't mention it in Aries, but 7 in the alphabet is G for God, right? Things that are God sent. Looking into those things that are God sent. That's why we say it's a God sent. Okay. The Light Seers deck. The 7 of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the 5 of Cups. Yeah. We need to figure out quickly what doesn't work, what hasn't worked, how much time we've put in things. We need to reseed. We need to reseed certain beliefs of how we grew up feeling about this. Where in your life, Taurus, did this become toxic? We got to go back, just like I tell all of my clients. Let's do a mini past life review so that we can really ascertain what it is that has left our emotions, has left us down and out. That we need to regroup and we need to get word out about, is this what you want to show? Is this, I should say, sorry. Is this the toxic love that you grew up with? And now you're feeling it deeply because maybe someone cut you out, or you cut someone out, or now someone's coming to tell you, well, this is why we have to regroup. I am does not follow this. This says I'm toxic. This says I am whole. But you can't, like I said, this is the climb. You're getting to this point. But to get to this point, to the highest level, you need to dig deep within your own belief systems, what you learned, what you grew up with, how you were shown love. How were you shown love? Who is it that says, you know, I gotta tell you that this isn't working, and this is why things are not working. Someone may have shown you, you know, our families, we're all dysfunctional. We all come from dysfunction. So somewhere along the line, the lineage, right? These things need to be replanted. Seeds of what we once believed that love looked like, felt like, and we see love in the eyes of others, but more importantly, in the mirror of yourself. What holds true for you when it comes to that kind of love? And what has put you back into this, constantly pulling you emotionally back? It's an energy. This is a pull. This is a huge pull. Hello. This is, oh, come on. One more time around the block. Oh, it's going to get better. I really want this to work. I'll try it again. I'm just going to talk myself right here. I'm going to talk myself into the reasons why I can't get out of, or this ego. I can't get rid of the ego. I don't know how to cut it out. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to feel, because everything seems to be an illusion here. When you look at these cards, these are illusions of what masks you wear for those others to see. And so it's all about getting to the highest level of the Ace of Cups. It's the journey. As above, so below. And this is what you're doing. You're starting the year really reassessing. Well, I don't really want to wear this mask and keep showing people themselves. I want to show up showing myself. And in order to do that, you're going to have to climb. Let me get one more card from the Light Seers. You're going to have to climb. It is a climb. It is a climb to be humbled by the love of another and by the love of self, your own truth. So we go from, which this is what we're doing. This is what you're doing, Taurus. Maybe you don't know it, but you are. For those who it resonates with, you're going from the toxic to the truth. This is true love of self. This is toxic reverberation of, on every level of every frequency of toxicity. And once you replant, as above, so below, once you figure that out, that you can't replant if you still have the mask on. Understand that. You need to cut out the fake in order to get the real. And where does that line is so thin? On the horizon, right? Like money, love, right? There's the smallest thread that ties the two together. And that's what you're going to be working on. And that's really what you need to see in your own self, masculine and feminine, right? Emotionally not happy, we're drained. You have to cut out all of this in order to get this. And once, it's not like it's not a magic trick, or it's not a realization that you don't know about. I feel truly that you already know this, and that you're going to make the attempt this 7-year to really work on your spiritual self and learn more from others that have come and gone. You know, that revolving door. I see this revolving door. People coming and going, and you're not who you think you are. You're not who you say you are. You're just adhering to others' expectations of you. And that's not who we are. Okay, the karma cards. So it's what we do to ask the right questions. What are the right questions? Well, those are only the questions that you ask. It's about understanding that the excuse me, doing this ever so gently, ever so patiently, giving yourself just a chance to unravel the idea behind the question. Look behind the things that matter, if you will. Understand that as, okay, so I ask a question about, well, why am I feeling, or how am I feeling right now because this happened? That's the idea of the question. Now, where is that question going? You're going to learn that question leads you to a place of service, servicing others, but doing it a little at a time, and taking a chance on showing people a little bits of yourself with each unfolding of the answer to those questions. It's about the confidence, right? It's about being confident and not thinking that we have to impart so many masks of our ego in order to be loved, right? It's about, all right, I'm going to say it. It's about trying to impress others. Money, love. What are the impressionable masks that you put on for others to see so that they will accept you, love you, and give you what it is that you are thinking you are looking for, right? And so taking the leadership role as you do is truly about who and what is around you. So take a good look, take inventory, right? Companies take inventory. We need to take inventory. Do a past life review about what it is that you feel about each person that's significant in your life, and who in that circle can you trust, and who is allowing you to be your real self, right? Take that leadership role and find out what it is that you want and do that. What is good for you? Is your job good for you? Do you work at a level of, your highest quality of work? Does your work reflect and represent you as a person? What does it represent? Does it represent you as a creative, serving, independent soul? Or is it a money-making, toxic, I need more? So it's not just, right, like I said, it's not just who is around you, it is also what is around you. And that includes the people, places, and things. That's the Trinity, people, places, and things. The Trinity of what lies around you, what holds the most value is what you're now going to be climbing to your highest self. Right? All yellow. All yellows. Yellows depict patiently waiting, allowing some healing to happen as well here. And here is the circle. Look at these circles, right? The circle of the trust in your family, friends, your career, the places where you live, the people that you talk to. The yellow is all about the solar plexus that moves up into the heart. And that's where you're climbing in the chakras of your body. Knowing that if your job is to serve others, then what depicts the leading and serving to yourself first. So it's kind of like, for some of you, you skipped a beat, right? You went all about serving others, but not serving self. For others, you went all serving self through toxic behaviors and not seeing that others are imposing, you're grabbing others' toxic energy instead of, the sacred real deal of the elixir of the highest realm of love is serving without wanting anything in return, or not needing any toxicity with this Ace of Cups, because this is your heart. This is the Holy Grail. This is where you reach the pinnacle of understanding that throughout all of this year, the whole year, you're going to, which I would recommend, I'm not telling you what to do, but I would recommend for you, Taurus, to really journal your emotions monthly journal. Take a little assessment of who pulls you back over and over and over. What pulls you back over and over and over again. And let's really dive so deep into your feelings this year about what makes you tick. And people, places, and things, right? What is around you? Who is around you? And who are you? I send you so much love and light. I'm here for you. My door is open. Let me know if I can help. Take care.